Hello, it's Danny here. Thanks for finding my video and deciding to take a little watch. I have just got a few clips at the beginning that I hadn't spoken over, so I thought I'd just do a little introduction voiceover. Here I am trying to massage my baby's legs to get her into sleepy mode, and I think I was singing as well, just really trying to get her in the zone for sleep. This video will show quite a few of my attempts at getting her off to sleep. We seem to be in a changing time where she used to just feed to sleep. It's a bit different now. And there is my lovely washing that I get to stare at in frustration that I can't put it away. And I decided to record myself rocking her. Usually I've got the music on, but I wanted to show you what I do. I wasn't going to film today, but I am, because I'm so proud, because my baby just gagged on her pancakes and I actually remained really calm and let her sort it out herself. And I'm just really proud because I'm just watching her eat because she's eating some more. I'm just so proud because it's like my biggest fear. I'm not very good with choking and stuff. I've had quite a few bad experiences in my life of people choking around me. So it makes me really nervous. But yeah, she was brilliant, and she's got a cold. Obviously it's a bit harder. Her nose is running and she's sneezing. So I'm just buzzing from that. Buzzing, yeah, you're buzzing too. Yeah, you happy girl. And then I looked outside and saw a blue tit on the bush. So it's gonna be a good day, I think. We have nap refusal central going on. So we're just going to take the dog out, and then I think I'm going to take her to a free group because, yeah, we've really hit this bit where she never used to refuse the morning nap, but she's rubbing her eyes like crazy. She's genuinely, honestly, really tired, and she's having none of it. She literally will lay there with me, have some food, and kind of seem like she's going off to sleep, and then she just pings up and decides that's it, she's awake and she's not going to sleep. So yeah, that's an interesting time at the moment. I don't know I definitely think she's the sort of baby that's going to drop 3 naps quite quickly, but yeah, I used to kind of sit there, and I did it yesterday from like 9:15 all the way till 10 before she was asleep, and now I'm like, I'm not wasting my time like that, there's no point. She's not happy, and yeah, I don't want to just keep forcing it until she goes to sleep because it makes me feel rubbish. I'd prefer to just get out and let her use some more energy until she's ready to sleep. Had to share this as well. I added beetroot to her lunch, and then, which is hence the colour, and look at the colour of the jumper I was wearing. God knows how I didn't get anything on that. Anyway, jumping straight through to one of our weekend walks now. God, it literally looks like a movie. It's so beautiful. I love being in the forest. I feel like there's nothing more peaceful. And I love that you can cover loads of ground and you can walk up loads of hills, and you don't even really take in how far you've gone because of all the trees and the different things just breaking it up. So yeah, we love coming to the forest, and this is an amazing little secret reed pool that someone's had made, and it's beautiful. Oh, what a dream that would be. Here's one of the dogs playing with a big stick. There's always a dog that likes to get the biggest sticks, isn't there? This is our one. This is home, and I just loved the angle of her playing with my boots and practicing taking her hat from one hand to the other. It's so cute, her little skills she's practicing. This is a stir fry that I made in the morning, and more mess from more breakfasts. And yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that. If you want to feel better about your house, come look at mine. Talk about mess. I don't know how this happens. in the morning, but it just does. Big mess. It wouldn't look like you've been doing stuff for ages, would it? So I haven't been cleaning, to be honest, but yeah, got up and did her some pancakes this morning. I went a bit more creative, so she had her oat pancakes with blueberries, a few raspberries, chia seeds. Didn't actually taste that good, but she ate some, so it's all good, and played with it lots. Then I made a stir fry really quick. The bean sprouts needed eating anyway, so done that, which is good. I was at a baby shower on the weekend, and it was one of those things when it has the questions, like random questions to answer about babies, things relating to babies, and it had one about nappies, taking 500 years to disappear, to biodegrade, or whatever the word is. And I just felt awful in myself again that because basically my friend, I had reusable nappies. My friend then gave me some and gave me loads of advice and gave me some that she said are better for different reasons for them being wipeable. Left them with me with like a note and everything, and I still haven't even gone through the bag. Like, I did order some more eco ones, like Eco by Nat they're called, meant to be like one of the most eco nappies. But it cost a lot, and I realised they came from Canada, so I was like, okay, well, I've just paid for that to be shipped all the way over, which doesn't feel right. I have got their, what's it called? Biodegradable wipes, which are meant to be like the best for the baby's skin as well. But again, it's money, like not everyone can do it, but everyone can do warm water and reusable cloths and reusable nappies. And now at the moment she's only doing one poo every like 3 days, so it's only a wee nappy, so I really have no excuse. So that is what we're getting on this week, because no more putting it off, because it's always hard to change into something, but once you're used to it, it's fine. And I just need to get back into that routine and stop being lazy. And I've always been like, oh, I'll do that when I get to the end of the nappies, and then I get to the end of the nappies and stuff's going on and I end up just buying some more. And yeah, not anymore. I'm going to try really hard. I feel like for a while I'll need to just have some nappies in the background, like not reusables, that's just in case anyway. So, you know, I've got enough for that, so there's no excuse for me not to just be getting on with it. So yeah, I'll show you. These pram walks are working a treat if I can keep her asleep afterwards, laying down. Obviously she's getting all this fresh air. Earlier she slept for 2 hours, which usually that would only ever be in bed with me, would she sleep for that long. So the fact that she's sleeping that long in the pram is a game changer for me, because I'm like, I'm going to be able to do this and then get on with gardening, which is my dream scenario. So that's amazing. She's getting all the fresh air. I'm like, if she does, I mean, she's probably nearly done an hour already. Like, how many hours of fresh air that is. And earlier I went inside, and I've got the heating on because obviously it's cold, and it was so stuffy. And I know it feels that way when it's hotter anyway, but we forget how stuffy our houses are and how important the fresh air is. And you know, we open the windows and stuff, but not as much as you should really. And so it just reminds you, like, getting out in that fresh air. Like, when I went back out, I was like, oh my gosh, the difference. Like, it's important for our babies to get that fresh air. So yeah, I'm really pleased that she has more of her naps outside. It's a bit like what they do in Sweden. So yeah, that's really good. Anyway, I met a woman with a dog and we were having a chat, and she asked the classic thing that people ask when you've got a baby, which is, how's your nights, how's sleep going? And I said, really, really good, to be honest, but I do co-sleep. And I never know the replies I'm going to get, because I've never had anyone be horrible, but obviously some people, to be honest, if I get anything, I usually get some people being like, oh, I'd have loved to do that, but I was always too scared or whatever, which I think is just devastating, because I had that feeling until I got used to it. But a few things have come to mind on this subject, and I just wanted to share them because I just think they're interesting to ponder. Like, there's always this thing that is the Western society that has got to this point where it's like, oh, you know, mustn't sleep with your babies, so dangerous. You look at anywhere else, like their children, or like get them into their own rooms, And yeah, you look at other cultures and everyone sleeps together until way older as well. The first thing is this. Imagine in a zoo, there's a gorilla, and the gorilla's had a baby. And then the gorilla started moving the baby to another part of the cave, moved everything out of the way so there was no straw or anything, put the baby there, and then went off and slept somewhere else. I really feel that the zookeepers and everything else would be like, there's something not right here, like the mother's instinct is to sleep with the baby, hold the baby, protect the baby. That is the natural instinct. And I think they could even be considering, like, do we need to, you know, step in here and make sure the baby survives and everything else, than to let her leave her baby and just go off to sleep somewhere else. So the weird thing is, psychologically we know, and I think you could say that with any animal that was in the zoo, for example, and being watched, it would be considered odd behaviour if they started clearing areas and leaving the baby with nothing. You know, the opposite to like clearing the cot so there's nothing that they could possibly stop breathing like against. I completely understand the reasons, but there is nothing more opposite than the whole nesting thing and the fact that animals make nests for their babies to sleep in with them, and just to sleep together as well to protect your baby. So it's just so weird that it's so the opposite that we're taught. And actually, when I went to one of their NHS antenatal breastfeeding courses, and actually they were a lot more positive about co-sleeping. They said, like, lullaby trust, as long as you follow all the rules and regs, it's safe to do. And they said that it was the 90s research, when they started telling everyone to stop, was actually more of the co-sleeping, like more of the issues where there were SIDS and yet babies were suffocating really, really sadly, was usually always a case on a sofa or on a chair, never usually in the bed, apparently. So they're kind of going back on that. For me, and I can only talk for me, this is the thing, I've never dealt with sleep deprivation apart from when she had quite a wind issue and I was having to wind her a lot. It's never been an issue. I've always had good sleep. She's always had good sleep. I've never had, like, you know, prolonged crying or anything, and it's felt like easy, you know, and I just want that for everyone, really. No barking, can you stop it? Yeah, I just think they're interesting points, and I just think it's interesting to think of it that way round, because it kind of helps to see how natural it is. And I just feel sad for people that feel scared to do it because of all this, like, scaremongering, because I was terrified. So I was one of them people until I got used to it and realised that, and I know people say, oh, you know, your instincts will kick in, but I was terrified that that wouldn't be the case for me. And yet, literally, I just get these feelings like, check her arm, even when, like, Tom might have, like, he might have his arm on her arm or something, because sometimes she'd be in the middle of the bed, which I know again is wrong, but literally I would just get the message to look and check, and you know, even if she was doing nothing. And in terms of everything else with her, like, I sleep really lightly, I wake up really easily. Like, we are built for this, like we're built for birth, like we're built for pregnancy, you know. But yeah, I'm not talking for anyone else because it has to be your own experience and everything else. But it was just interesting to talk to her and her to say, you know, most people are doing it without kind of sharing it. But equally, she was like, it's much safer for you that you're getting a good night's sleep, where you're then, in the day, you're on better form to be a better mum, which I totally agree with. The dog is then sensing positivity from you and not stress, which then, you know, it affects the dog. If you're really overstressed, everyone gets affected negatively. So she was really pro it. She was like, you're doing what's best for you and your baby, so keep doing that. And so yeah, it was just a really nice, refreshing conversation. To be honest, I don't have any bad conversations about it. Most people I speak to co-sleep or sometimes co-sleep, and those that don't are very open to the fact that it would be nice. Unfortunately, maybe they feel too nervous or whatever, but yeah, everyone agrees that it is a natural thing. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, as I said, I'm not saying that like if you don't, it's awful and you're an awful parent or anything. Um, I I know that some babies literally go down a lot easier as well. I had one of these babies that from the night that we were first in the hospital, the nurses were like, "Oh, do you want?" Because I stayed up, I did an all-nighter with her on me because I didn't want to go to sleep, obviously, with her, and she was asleep on me. And they'd say, "Oh, do you want us to try and put her down so you can get some sleep?" And I'd be like, "Oh, yes, please," because I had a C-section, so I couldn't kind of get up and put her in their like see-through thingies myself. And they would swaddle her, they'd try and put her down, she would just cry, and I mean like proper cry. And I was on a shared ward, so they'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, you're right, doesn't work, like we'll have to give her back to you, sorry." And I was like, "It's fine," like I was on cloud nine, I had a baby, so I didn't mind at all. And it was quite nice, those special moments, like watching the sunrise. I'm so sorry, my storage was full there, so I couldn't record anymore. Here I am having a late night snack. I'm just showing it because reality check, like, you know, I eat quite healthy, but sometimes this just happens. This was a late night snack while I was editing. And that's the end of my video. Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon.